Hey people, welcome back. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. This is your boy Afro-Jamaican, aka Credea. If you're new here, my name is Julius Nayeri. I represent a group called crdea-com. It stands for the Coalition for the Repatriation of the Descendants of Enslaved Africans. Our main focus, we have many, but our main focus is to be able to get a standard procedure, hopefully, for repatriation of the descendants of enslaved Africans, meaning that we don't want to be scammed, we don't want to be taken advantage of. We want to know that we can go to a government website. It says the requirements are A, B, C, D, E, F, G. We provide A, B, C, D, E, F, G. We apply online. We get our permit. Say, hey, you have 6 months to arrive in the country. Blah 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 blah. That's what we're looking for, because when you go outside of that and start dealing with individuals, you run the risk of having to pay what some people affectionately call facilitation fees. So Credea is trying to get away from that. Today I want to talk about culture a little bit, yeah, and not the situation that's going on in South Africa, because I have my own opinion on that. But I'm not South African, I'm not Nigerian, so let me steer to that one. All I can say is I'm very disappointed. But anyways, I reached out to not almost every South Saharan African country, okay? As a matter of fact, I might have reached out to every African country. The ones that emailed me back is two countries emailed me back. One was Ghana, and one was, well, I'm not going to tell you the other one name. Ghana's pretty much response to me was, we have the right of abode, you need to come to Ghana, and when you're here, you apply for it. Now, a lot of people have gone to Ghana and it seemed to be working for them. I don't know what their individual stories are, because people don't really get into that. But I suspect some facilitation fees had to be paid. I'm not into facilitation fees. If that facilitation fee was going into a fund called, I don't know, let's call it the primary basic school educational fund, then absolutely I would pay that with not think twice. I would pay that because I would know exactly where it's going. But if it's going in somebody's private pocket, I'm not doing that. So Ghana wrote back. So and to be honest, I love Kumasi, never been there. I just love I love the feel I get from watching that place. So if I did move to Ghana, it would be somewhere in Kumasi, I would assume. But I fell in love with East Africa. I fell in love with Kenya. And as a business person, I have to be very careful that any decision I'm making where Kenya is concerned is not an emotional decision. And it's very tricky for me because, again, I don't know if you know the story. I wasn't well when I went to Kenya. And people say Africa can't heal you. Kenya healed me, 100%. 100% Kenya healed me. So I have an affinity for Kenya. I have a love for Kenya. But I have reached out to the Kenyan government on many occasions, very many occasions, and I have not gotten any kind of response from them, which is fine. I mean, they have a country to run. Last week Friday, I got a call from an embassy, one of the embassies that I wrote. It wasn't a country on my radar whatsoever. The exchange with them was extremely pleasant. When I tell you, it was, I work in hospitality, so I've been trained how to treat people, and these people treated me as if I was in a hospitality situation, and I wasn't. This was an embassy. We're usually very strict and so on. These people were unbelievable. Some of the friendliest people I've come across. But I assume, they're reaching out to me, so it might be just that one person. Anyways, I had the occasion to speak to them again yesterday. This was somebody completely different I was talking to, because I called into the switchboard to check on something. And the person I got on the switchboard, actually this person I got transferred to somebody in the consular department. That person was one of the, again, friendliest people I've spoken to on the phone. And it just tells me one thing. It tells me that there is a culture within that particular government that is about professionalism. That's what I got from dealing with two separate people in that embassy. Now, it was the embassy in Washington, D.C. And so it's either the ambassador has instilled that culture in them, or the entire country has that culture in dealing with people. And it made me feel good as an African to be able to get that level of service from an African embassy, because the other ones do not respond. They don't respond to emails. And even if you set an auto reply, my friend, set an auto reply, nothing. And then I had the cost to contact another embassy yesterday as well. And with that one, I got a voicemail that told me 5 minutes. My call will be answered in 5 minutes. Then it went down to 1 minute. Then it transferred into a voicemail. And then the voicemail said, sorry, we don't accept messages in this voicemail. So, again, that is also a culture. That entire phone experience was a culture. And unfortunately, that culture is indicative of the experience I've had in dealing with people from that particular government. So it does transfer. So I'm going to talk to you guys as parents now. Any behavior you wish your kids to have, you need to exhibit that behavior so they can emulate you. You cannot tell your children to behave one way when your behavior is completely different. And that's what I'll say to governments as well. You cannot expect your citizens to behave one way when you as the leaders behave in a different way. It's almost like saying, do what I say, not what I do. And that don't work. That don't work. So it seems that my skill in hospitality and customer service might be very much in demand in several African countries, because as Jamaican would say, some are not ready yet. Anyways, thanks for listening to me ramble. Please like, share, and subscribe. I will tell you what country this is as soon as something definite comes out of it. I'll tell you what country it is, because I don't want to build up people's false hope, and I don't want people bombarding this particular country with bunches of questions. So I'll rather deal with them one-on-one. They're aware. Credea, we have about 400 people that have actually signed up to be members of Credea. A huge part of what my initial conversations was with this embassy is, if all goes well and we come there, my members, we've all agreed that there will be a social responsibility aspect to whatever company we form. If it's even paying for one school fee every year for one child in our immediate community, that's a minimum something we will do. So we're not just there to we're going to employ people, but there has to be a social aspect of whatever company that we people from members of Credea will do, and myself as well. Let's say all goes well and I'm in Kenya in a year or two operating my business, whatever local community I'm in, there will have to be an outreach. Has to, right? You're benefiting from the country, you're benefiting from the people, you should give back. And that's just my opinion. Anyways, thanks for listening. Kenya, I love no bad, but gotta treat me better than this. There's a guy I watch on it called The Nomad Capitalist, and he has a saying, go where you're treated best. And yeah, there are other countries out there that would treat me best. And I guess my issue is I want to be amongst my people, because if I wasn't of that mindset, there are tons of other countries I could have left Canada and gone to and have a way more comfortable life. Way more comfortable. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with my life in Canada. By all accounts, all is going well. But I know there's more to life than this, what I'm living, right? And I know there's tons of countries, especially in Asia, that I could be living a very, very wonderful life. But a part of me want to be of service to our people. So as of now, as of this moment, it still has to be an African country for me. So yeah, but as the guy at Nomad Capitalist says, you gotta go where you're treated best. So my message to African countries: treat diasporans with respect, find a way for us to come home without jumping through hoops, we are there to benefit you. The Philippines just launched a program this week that gives you residency with a fixed deposit account in the Philippines, and it leads to citizenship. Yeah? Okay. African countries, you need to step it up. You need to step it up, because what's going to happen is all these other countries that are putting these programs in place, affordable programs in place, they're going to get the best of us. Because at some point, our African pride is going to give way to economic and just safety and peace of mind. So I hope some people are waking up. And to the country, you know who you are, because I'm going to send you the video. Thank you. You have restored my faith. I can only imagine what the culture is like in that country, because dealing with the people here is a breath of fresh air. So big up yourself. You know yourself. All the best. Next time.